Good morning and welcome to What Was Mommy Thinking. And for any of you that are friends and family from day one, welcome back. It has been a long time and I wanted to check in with you guys and see how you were doing and to give you kind of an update and let you know how I'm doing and what's next. And if you're down for that, then stick around. Hey everybody, I'm so glad that you're here with me. I wanted to take a little bit of time and tell you what's going on with What Was Mommy Thinking and what's next, and am I coming back to YouTube? Am I going to keep doing YouTube? If I do, what am I going to do on YouTube? I wanted to share some of my thoughts on all of that with you guys and get your feedback. So, am I quitting YouTube? No, I don't think I am. It's been 5 months, and when you say the word 5 months out loud, it's like, wow, that's a really long time, especially when you consider something like social media, and there are people who are on social media multiple times a day, every day, and I've not quite been that person, but a 5-month break is a really long break. And what happened, the best thing that I can say is that if I'm really, really honest with you, I didn't take a break. I broke and ignored lots and lots of opportunities along the way to becoming broken that I shouldn't have ignored. So let's just kind of do the Cliff Notes version. A lot of really big events happened in my life in a very short period of time. So we had 2020, 2021, what it was. At the end of 21, I had a series of big losses. People and our dog and just things. I was such a creature of when one thing would happen, I would focus on everybody else and being there for everybody else and helping any way that I could because it made me feel better and it gave me the ability to ignore my own feelings and dealing with things. That if you kind of think of a windshield, like if you think of the big picture, if you think of a windshield, when you get like a tiny crack, you know, they can come and they can put some of that magical stuff in it and they can fix it. And when you get multiple cracks, it's inevitable. It's gonna break. And for the first time in my life, and I don't know if it's because I'm older, I don't know if it's just because of the timing or the situations, for the first time in my life, I didn't immediately just like grab the pieces and try and shove everything back and just, you know, get back to normal. Let me look normal, let me act normal. And I didn't do that this time. This time I stood in the suck, as they say, and really for a while I couldn't move. I couldn't think clearly, and I didn't want to ask for help, and I wanted to do this on my own. And that sounds horrible, right? So let me try and break that down a little bit. Before I picked up any of these pieces that were there, I really wanted to look at it and see if it really fit anymore. And if I wanted it, if it was a part of the new picture that I was building, which is what I wanted moving forward. And that's hard to do. You have to have some real honest conversations with yourself. And being honest sometimes is painful. And sometimes it's scary. And So I had to have some real honest conversations about how I treat myself and how I see myself and what I want and my value and my career and whether or not I wanted to stay in graduate school and whether or not I wanted to keep doing what I'm doing and all of these things. But it gave me the opportunity to one by one pick up a piece and really evaluate it and decide whether or not to make it part of me moving forward. That process has taken a lot of time, and I have never felt healthier in my life. I'm happy, I'm healthy, and it's because I was able to be myself, do what I normally do, but on the inside commit some time to really making some tough choices. So here's how that all plays out. Most of you know me from the budgeting community, and y'all, I had to sit down and budget this one currency that we all have the same amount of, right? No matter where you live, what job you do, how much money you have in the bank, there's one currency that we all get the same amount of, and that's time. We all get 24 hours in a day, we all get 7 days a week, and once you spend that time, you can't get it back. So as I was picking up these pieces and putting them back together, I had to decide how much of my time I was going to budget. But just like when we budgeted, before I could do any of that, I had to take a couple of months, seriously, a couple of months, and write down where I was spending that currency. So just like when you start budgeting, you track for a couple of months. You track every penny, where you're spending it, what you're spending it on. I had to do that with my time, where I was spending it, how I was spending it, what I was getting for it, like what is my return on that investment. And as I'm picking up these pieces, I had to look at the amount of time that they were costing me and what my return on that investment was and whether or not I felt it was worthy of that investment, right? Bare bones budgeting. So instead of budgeting money, I've been budgeting time. And along the way, I've had some huge changes come around. Every summer my work schedule changes, and I planned for that, decided to start some routines, and then my oldest son amazingly made a showcase team and was going to be traveling 4 days a week, every week over summer, and that changed everything. I wouldn't deny him that for anything in the world. He's one of the youngest players out there. He was playing up 2 levels, and I wouldn't deny him that. And it was amazing to watch. So again, looking at that time, where I invested, what kind of return I get on it. I'll do a whole nother video over what's happened with my budget. Over the course of the last 5 months, we have had to replace 2 hot water heaters, a washer, a dryer, a refrigerator. The AC unit is on its last leg. We're gonna have to replace that, but we had to shell out some money for repairs and some other things. So we've had some hits to the budget, and I didn't find her. She's been around. I've just missed it. There's a lady by the name, goes by Budgetnista. I'm gonna mess this up. The Budgetnista, and I am reading her book now, and I really, really connect and resonate with the things that she's saying, especially where I'm at in my life because I am older. The importance of investing and having as much importance as some of your debt. She has some really cool principles and these 10 simple steps in her new books. I'm trying to read it and take notes and all of that. I am not in the same place with my budget that I was. Lots of things have changed, but here's where we go from here. If you guys are down I'd really like to start doing videos again. And they're not going to be strictly budget videos. They're not going to strictly be anything. It's just going to be my life, because my life is amazing and I want to share it. And it's going to look different from day to day. And I want to share bits and pieces of it with you and not be afraid anymore. And not let fear decide what I post or what I don't post. So if you're down to come along for the ride, we might do some day in the lives. I'd like to get up to the level where I could manage that. If you're down to go along for things involving my kids in school and work and me in graduate school, and yes, there will be some finances and budgeting, and I am couponing again and doing some shopping, maybe some in-store type of things. I'm not denying myself as much as I used to. The restrictive attitude towards spending, I think I took it to a level that wasn't healthy, and would beat up on myself if I spent $10 on something that I hadn't planned. And the last 6 months have really taught me that very little in life is planned or goes as planned. And I've been cheating myself out of a ton of experiences. I've fixed that. So if you would do me the honor of sticking around, I'm gonna do videos and post them. I'd love for you to watch them. I'd love for you to subscribe, like, share, whatever it is that you feel inclined to do, and just be a part of the journey, and let's see what happens. So again, it'll be everything and anything to do with working mom life and mom life in general, and it's just about connection and being a part of something so great, which is this community. So if that sounds like something that you guys would enjoy, then leave me in the comments below what you are most interested in. Where do I start? Where do you want me to start? Do you want me to do a grocery haul? Do you want me to do my new budget setup? Do you want me to do my planner setup? I will tell you that I use my planner completely different now than I used to, and when I use it, it's different. And it's working, so I'm not going to mess with it for now. And as soon as I have another change in seasons in my life, that'll change too. So until next time, everybody, sincerely, be well. And I mean be well. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.